Hey everyone, I want to talk about the acceleration we're experiencing as we approach whatever it may be. Is it the event where there's some kind of a wave of energy coming towards the earth? Is it does it have something to do with space-time rift? CERN, who knows? But acceleration seems to be the key word, and reality being flimsy. And I want to give you some examples. I've already blogged about my miraculous healing of my back scoliosis and my miraculous healing of my damaged hip from a car accident that happened spontaneously overnight in January. But I also have noticed that people are able to transition now suddenly through great emotional devastation and loss really quickly. And it's just as I see people around me having these spontaneous healings, I'm like, whoa, lifelong conditions, chronic conditions, acute conditions just clearing up so rapidly. And I'm also seeing people close to me and even strangers telling me about their rapid recovery from emotional loss or upset. I was just at a speaking event in Santa Fe, a transformational speakers reunion. That's where I'm actually recording this. And one of the fellows there he came into this a 4-day event for transformational speakers, and he said to everybody in the beginning, my heart is shattered in a million pieces. A long-term relationship, a few years, had just come to a crashing halt just before he literally boarded a plane, I believe, or just before he arrived at this event. And you could see it. He was like literally gutted. You could see that his energy was completely flat. You could see that he was stunned. He was like in a shock lost state. And he was like a shadow of who he probably really was. By the end of the 4 days together, something had happened to him. Yes, we were doing a lot of qigong, and yes, we were in a vortex, and yes, we were walking labyrinths and meditating and all of that. But even so, how many labyrinths can you walk, and how many qigong sessions can you do to heal a broken heart in only 4 days? By the time we left, he was a completely different person, but he was bewildered and mystified by his own return to peace and the letting go of the sadness and upset that he had experienced in this breakup. That doesn't mean he won't probably miss this person in his life. It means that he's no longer, as Byron Katie would say, arguing with reality, which is basically a side effect of enlightenment, by the way, or awakening. When you get to a certain stage in your awakening, you stop arguing with reality because it just causes suffering, and you don't even think about arguing with it because your natural disposition is just not to argue with it. Anyway, let me know, have you had any spontaneous healings in the last 4 or 5 months? Any kind of release of big emotional patterns, upsets, and losses in what seems like a spectacular amount of time? Like spectacular, unheard of. I mean, this is going to put therapists completely out of business. I mean, no 20 years of Jungian counseling, 30 years of Gestalt psychology, let alone the Freudian approach. I think they're all going to have to go out of business. Just like that, we're healing ourselves, or being healed. I don't know what to say about it. Yay, be healed. Okay, let me know in the comments. I'm really interested. If you have a healing story, physical or emotional, let me know. I'd like to know because I probably want to write about it on my Awakened Dreamer blog. And if you give me permission, I'll include your story in an article about this new phenomena of accelerated healing, emotional and physical. Thanks for listening this long. From Santa Fe, New Mexico, I'm signing off. Mwah.